Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you today. Hello, hello, and welcome. It says I'm live, so hopefully you can see me. So, hello again. I am so excited to be on today. What the heck is this guest thing? So, let me ask you a question first. Are you looking to grow something online, whether it's a business, maybe a nonprofit, maybe you just want to share, maybe you're a writer, right? Maybe you want to share your stuff. Every Saturday, I am breaking down the tech. I am giving you new ideas in order to empower you to create greater success online. So I am grateful that you are here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to go ahead and invite you before we totally get started for the day. There, I just put a link. It should show up below. Maybe it's above. I'm not quite sure. But when you click on that link and answer all the questions, you will be inside of my group. Would love to share more with you there. And in the meantime, I'm really excited about this because the information that I'm about to share with you today is things that I've heard probably in every single training event I've been to, every program I've been a part of in some way, shape, or form. And I wanted to condense this down into not necessarily in a more organized format because they've all been organized, but something that made sense to me that I could impart upon you. So if you are looking to grow your business online, you really need to understand the guest tool, GES, not GUESS. And if you want to take out the guesswork in the guest tool, I'll tell you how at the end of this. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So as I said, we're going to be talking about the guest tool today. This is your three-legged tool for online success in business. So here's the thing. You need all three legs of this tool. Otherwise, you're going to feel stressed out. And if you didn't know, stress is the silent killer. It causes dis-ease. It causes you to age faster. So much negative stuff about that. You don't want to be stressed, do you? I mean, stress is normal, right? But if you are constantly stressed, you are actually causing your system to become fatigued. And so you're actually doing some bad stuff for yourself, right? So we don't want to feel stressed out. But if you don't have all these legs for your business, you are going to feel stressed out. You are going to feel like you're running in circles because you will be. You'll be confused as to why you don't have more progress, right? You're doing all this stuff, you're spending all this time. Why are you not further along, right? And then finally, you may even feel like a failure. I've been there, right? But I also recognize that sometimes it just takes time. The overnight success was never really an overnight success, right? So here's the thing. Your three legs of your guess tool is G for grow, E for engage, and S for scale. So this is your guess stool, all right? So first of all, I want to talk about what is a funnel because this is going to be brought up later on in just a bit. So what is a funnel? It's basically what you might have had in your head, right? You have this upside down cone with a little bit of tip where stuff comes in and goes out, right? Well, if you think about your funnel, the number one section right there, that is people not quite inside your funnel. They are people that you are looking to bring into your ecosystem, right? Bring into your funnel. And so when you are creating content and you are providing the things that your target market needs, you are inviting them into your funnel. And if it's something that they want and they feel it is valuable enough to trade their contact information for, i.e., an email, right? Then they become into your funnel, which is the second part, right? Where you can more directly and interact and engage with your audience because they're in your ecosystem. They're on your email list. They're on your chatbot distribution, right? There's some way that you are able to contact with them better. Maybe they're in your Facebook group, right? So that's when they're inside your funnel. Step three of your funnel is when they actually make a sale, right? You have not only grown your environment, grown your community, but you have done so and provided enough value and been able to share what types of transformations were available that people resonated with, right? And so they purchased from you because they knew you, they liked you, and they trusted you, and they've moved through your funnel, and now they are a customer. So that's the overall gist of what is a funnel. There is so much more to it than that, but I do want to get on to the rest of this tool. So leg number one, as I said, was grow. So when you're growing, there's three pieces to this you need to understand. The first is direct connections, the second is playing the game, and the third is capturing leads. when you're making direct connections, this is when you're reaching out directly to people you know, people you've engaged with in groups, people who you've been clients before, right? Reach out to them. As you build relationships and learn about people, you learn how you can serve. If you have something of value, you reach out directly, right? You just do it. There are people out there right now on their knees hoping and praying someone like you will come into their life. So if you're making these direct connections with people, don't be weird about it, right? Don't just automatically be like, hey, I have this something that you should buy. Find out if it is, right? Reach out, make those connections, build those relationships. Because when you're making that offer and you are providing value to people, you are allowing yourself to grow your relationships. Playing the game. You have to learn how to break down the marketing tech platforms of your choice. If you're a podcaster, there are several different avenues for you. If you are doing video, several different avenues. But you have to start with one and be really, really good at it. But at the same time, leveraging their platforms so that you are still marketing yourself as well, because each algorithm has a different each platform has a different algorithm for determining if people even see your content, right? Google includes SEO. Facebook has some SEO as well, but several other factors, right? So you need this. You need to be playing the game in order to grow your visibility. Capturing leads. So when someone exchanges their content information for something of value, as I mentioned before, i.e. a lead magnet, that's a lead. And that's the start of your funnel. So you need to grow your list by capturing leads to help build this leg of your guest tool. Leg number 2 was engage, right? E for engage. So when you're engaging, there's three parts to this as well: your branding, your content marketing, and your creation of your community. So when you're branding, sure, it's great to have a logo, brand colors, right? When they see that set of colors, they think you. But the thing about branding is that as you provide value and service, your brand will emerge. So even if you don't have everything perfect right now, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So your brand will grow. You might change your colors at some point, right? Maybe what you thought was your brand before changes over time. But the thing is that it will emerge. What is most important is how you show up and how you serve your clients. So you must engage their memory by branding yourself. Content marketing. Entrepreneurs provide solutions. Period. End of story. So you need to create content that your clients would want, need, or could benefit from, but maybe don't even know it yet, right? So you want to engage by creating content. The third and final piece of your engagement is creating a community. People want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They want to connect with others like them and share with others. People want to grow. They want to, like I said, be a part of something, right? So the third part of your engagement is that you must engage with your community. Leg number 3 of your guest tool is to scale. So again, another 3 pieces of scaling is that the first thing is test. And with testing, seriously, marketing is all about testing. Just because someone has, maybe a 80% click-through rate and, spends pennies for a lead doesn't mean that they get that every time. They do it through testing. They do it through finding things that work for their target audience and making sure that they continue to create that. Right? So what you think will work may have a completely different response from your fans. You must be willing to test, so therefore you must have patience. You have to scale by seeing what works. The second piece of scaling is that you need to sell. Wow, you're in business. You sell something, right? Whether it's actual business where you're making money, or maybe you are an educator where you are selling your knowledge, right? Whatever the case may be, we are all in sales. So when you're looking to scale your business or whatever it is that you're looking to scale, you have to recognize that when you're generating leads and you provide value your target market wants and needs, you have to be asking for the sale. If you're not in business, right? Business requires sales, which when you have sales, it means that it's confirming your system. So whatever structure you've created, if you are making sales, then it's working, right? Tweak it to make it better. If you're not making sales, what's not working, right? You have to, again, scale by testing, but also scale by confirmation. The third piece of scaling is that you have to do paid ads. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you can obviously make money by word of mouth and doing lots of marketing. But if you want to go faster, you want to do paid ads. Here is a major major hint though. You do not want to do paid ads until you have something working, because when you have something working, that means you've confirmed your funnel is generating leads and it's already been leveraged to make sales. But if you are scaling with paid ads before you've been making any money, you may just be wasting more money, right? So paid ads is one of the final pieces to this. You do need to consider it, but when you're testing things and when you're making those sales, those paid ads can then be added once you are ready. So scale with paid ads. So as a wrap up of today's tool, you have the three legs to your guest tool: grow, engage, and sell. So, did you receive value today? If so, please sprinkle this amongst your community. Press the little thumbs up if you did like it. And if you're watching this on a replay, please be sure to subscribe. Now, quick question. Perhaps what you saw, you really liked what you saw and you want to work with me. Here's what happens when you decide to make that decision and invest in your business. You're going to have the tech broken down into easy to understand bite-sized pieces. Yes, I'm very much a nerd, but I also understand that because I'm so technical and I love to make things really easy for people, I have this ability to do so. And so I can do this for you, and I will, because marketing shouldn't have to be hard. You're going to see how you can shorten your learning curve. You're going to receive accountability and guidance throughout the structure. You're going to have tools to help you stay on track, which will also help you de-stress, right? We talked about that, as well as clarity in your marketing and confidence in your efforts. Now, why would you want to work with me? Who the heck am I anyway, right? Well, I'm Cassandra. I am also known as the Prosperous Heart. I am simply a human helping humans, right? I really believe in the parable that if you give a person a fish, they eat for a day, but if you teach a person to fish, their family eats for generations. And I am firmly behind that belief. And so what I do, what I can to be able to empower others to create success. I believe that you are made to prosper. I am definitely a follower of Bob Proctor and Zig Ziglar and the like, right? I believe we were all made to prosper and enjoy just the amazingness that is our universe, right? There are so many things out there, and you have the ability to create your reality. And so I want to be able to empower you to be able to do so in the places where I have that skill set or knowledge or whatever I can to do so. And finally, as I said, I'm an educator. I've always wanted to be a teacher, but when I was younger, I recognized that at the time when there was no YouTube, that it was not something that would allow me to follow my dreams to, create a lasting legacy that would help others long after I'm gone. Right? I recognized that, and so I chose something that not only I enjoyed, but I believed I could, make money at, which is programming, right? But now with the invention of YouTube and the internet and all that stuff, I have the ability to be that educator, be that trainer, and empower others again to create that success by breaking things down, shortening your learning curve, and everything else I've shared before. Now, as you can see here on the slide, I am passionate about empowering others to create greater success in their lives. I do it through many different avenues. And here's the thing: I knew a long time ago that something had to change. Like middle school, something had to change, right? I recognized that no matter how happy I was working my day job, it just would not create the residual income I dreamt of for my family. I don't know if does that resonate with you, right? So as long as I was dependent upon someone else to determine my paycheck, I knew that I was never going to have the time freedom nor the financial freedom that I wanted for my life and potential future children, right? I was in middle school. So here's what happened. In 2009, a year after I graduated from college with my programming degree, I started my first business, and it was amazing. I loved everything about it: the people, the ability to be able to create your dream life and travel the world and all this stuff, right? It was my very first direct sales company, and I believe in that system ever since. But there were some things that I just disagreed with, right? And we'll get into that in just a bit. It was also the very first time I'd ever heard of personal development. And since then, I have been diving into this because it is so true that 90% of everything in your life is, 95% of everything in your life is based off of what is in your subconscious. Your subconscious is that programming that you've created both intentionally and unintentionally by the people you're around, the books you read, the things you watch, the things you listen to, and the people who are around you, right? Jim Rohn said that you are the average of the top 5 people you hang around. So this was the first time that I got introduced to personal development, and when I really got it started to see what I wanted to do with my life and in the time that I'm here on this earth. It was also the very first time that I was introduced to a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This was the first piece of education that I'd ever received that really made me think about, um, or rather change the way that I felt and I thought about money. It's a really great book. I highly suggest that you check it out. But that was the first thing. And here's the thing. It just felt like something was wrong, right? There I was doing everything they said to do. I'd made some sales, but I was feeling stressed out. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't enjoying myself. I didn't feel like I was making an impact. And, I mentioned something before about what I disagreed with about what was happening with this company. And I've heard it in every single direct sales company. And let me know if this sounds familiar to you, right? What I heard was, you know, what I heard was is that when you build your business, it will work for you 24/7. Now, have you ever heard that before? Is that something that you're familiar with? Well, the thing about that is that it drove me nuts because, I just people are people. They're not robots, right? They have to sleep, they have to eat, they have to, you know, be people. And if they're not people, what's happening, right? So, here's the thing. What I realized is that they kept saying this, that it would work for you 24/7. But the only thing that works for you 24/7 is the internet, right? So whatever your business, what matters is that you market to those who want what you're selling for the least cost. What does that look like? Is that a billboard on the side of the road that might cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars? You know, I don't know. What is that to you? Or is it a couple of dollars for your marketing through Facebook leads? Like, what is that, right? So the intention of businesses is to definitely spend money on marketing when you're talking about scale, as we talked about before. But it's also, oh no, I heard Dyson scratching at the window. But it's also, not the window, the door. It's also making sure that when you are spending that money and that those times and those resources, that you are also making sure that you are minimizing your risk, right? Minimizing your cost to scale that business, right? Or even to just market and promote. So, whatever your business, whatever it is you're trying to do online, what matters is that you market to those who want what you're selling for the least cost. So, as I said, I realized by working with this company that you can't, while the direct sales process of, contacting everybody you've ever met with on a first name basis thing, while it does work, I recognized that you needed to leverage the internet, not just for business, but later on I realized that if you wanted to look for a job. So I started learning from the experts, right? We have Daryl Eves here, who at the time of this picture, I think it was about 2 years ago, he had 21 billion views on YouTube. He had 14 gold play buttons, and that's a big, big deal, right? He had 6 billion views on Facebook. He was actually part of the marketing team that had, I don't know if you've seen the unicorn that hoops rainbows or something. I don't know. He was part of that, right? So I've been learning from him. I've been learning from Rob Four, who's a really great SEO guy. I've been learning from Jesse Jameson with Facebook and Facebook ads. The thing is that you find a mentor who's doing what you want to do and you learn from them, right? And obviously you can't be them, but you put in your own flavor, you put in your own pizzazz. Learn from them, connect with other people. Even if they're not in your space, you would be surprised at the power partners you can create who are doing other things, right? Like Ray Higdon, he is teaching direct salespeople how to be humans and how to be entrepreneurs at the same time with their businesses. Mark Harbert is a video guy, right? You never know who it is that when you make those connections, what great things can come of that, not just for yourself, but for those that you're looking to assist and empower, right? So again, I said before, I'm passionate about empowering others to create greater success in their lives. It brings me so much joy when I hear things like what Alicia Myatt had said. She's a home business entrepreneur, and she said Cassandra is an amazing leader, very down to earth, motivating, and love how she does her very best to help others. Thank you for all your help. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Alicia. You are a joy to work with. We have Jamie Lewis. She is the owner operator of Biscardia. Just by knowing Cassandra and watching her on social media, I have gained insight that has helped me to get better results in my own Facebook marketing. I expect that the ROI on her consultation service is a great value. And I also have Holly, who is an entrepreneur and life coach. She said, as you see here, she claims to be a TCB, or a technically challenged baby boomer. She had such a wonderful feedback for me that I was able to break things down. I was able to show her some quick time saving and as well as money saving tips when it comes to Facebook ads as well as blogging. And so these ladies are just a few of the people that I have had the joy and blessing and honor to be able to help with. So, question though, we've talked about the guest tool. We've talked about how marketing is important, but how do you take the guesswork out of the GES tool, right? For grow, engage, and scale. Well, here's the thing. I would love to work with you. If you want to talk about that and see what would work best with what you've got going on, this is the link to do so. I'll be sure to put it down in the comments or maybe in the description once this live has completed. And I also have a present for you. So I think it was 2 weeks ago at this point, I did a master class giving the technical details of the tech part of a 14-week program that I did on how to build the Book of Faces engagement. And yes, I just said Book of Faces because if you say the actual name of the platform that I'm doing this live on right now, they don't like it. So if you are looking to build engagement on the Book of Faces, I have a 14-day email sequence for you that each day will give you a new training with at least 3 different tips on how to build your engagement. And I use this all the time. I have been getting some great results, and I completely forgot to put this in the presentation. But if you want those numbers, just let me know. But this is a freebie that I wanted to give to you today because this was something that my business coach actually told me that I should sell. So I'm giving it away for free. So if you'd like to get on my newsletter list and receive this 14-day training program, go ahead and choose that link as well. Again, I'll put it somewhere above this video once this is over. So that being said, I just wanted to thank you. Oops, I wanted to thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cassandra, aka the Prosperous Heart from www.prosperousheart.com. Again, if you got value from this today, please give this a thumbs up, sprinkle it amongst your community. I would love to let me know what value you got, and I would love to celebrate with you. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.